So when I say emotionally instability, it's like him wanting to be with me is concrete. That's not unstable. His emotions in the relationship are just unstable to where as a man, you gotta get vertical within yourself before you can be in a relationship.
Good with
No, she's not. She's good with the words to idiots. If you have a girl that you talking to and she has a steady rotation of men, companions, maybe they male and female, who knows why she calls them companions. She's trying to utilize a euphemism to make men sound better. But if she has that and she says that you, the main one, are insecure while she's getting dicked down by Harry, Pete, and Rob, that is called emotional manipulation. I don't know what in the snake oil salesman is happening on these internet streets today. It just continues to remind me the easiness to convince some people of your bullshit as long as you make them feel good about themselves. The particular fake dating guru / snake oil salesman that we're going to go over here today is a young lady who I thought was expelled from the internet because I haven't seen her in forever. She goes by the name of Dr. Cheyan Bryant. Now, the last time that we heard about this lovely young lady was, at least me, I heard about her because, again, I thought that she was gone, was on the Cam Newton podcast. Long story short, I labeled her fake dating guru after not only listening to her disrespect Cam Newton on his own platform, but then also I went and tried to figure out how did she become a doctor and found out that it was from an currently unaccredited university. I decided to look into it a little bit. So I am up on her website right now. And within this, she has here a little bit about herself. You can see here, Dr. Bryant has decided to pursue her doctorate degree in counseling psychology from Argosy University. I have never heard of this school before, so I put this school into Wikipedia. And really, I wanted to understand, is this institution accredited? And I found out that on February 27, 2019, the U.S. Department of Education stated that they were cutting federal funding to this university. And all of the campuses were officially closed shortly thereafter. And why were they cut off? Seems like that there was some heavy fraud allegations. The Arizona Republic and Inside Higher Education reported that Argosy University failed to distribute more than $9 million in financial aid to its students, and it's unclear where the money is now. Now, it's one thing to get up on the internet and to share your thoughts and opinions in regards to modern dating as it exists today. It's another thing to tout this doctor coming from a place of educational superiority. So listen to me. Achieving doctor from a diploma mill school is like me achieving knighthood because I was an extra in Game of Thrones. Regardless, this lovely young lady went up to the Paul Pierce podcast to continue to spread her misinformation bullshit. And they were talking about being cooked, which is what Paul Pierce recently just went viral on, and he walked back some of his statements in odd fashion. But then as the conversation matured, he began to fire back, and we all here for the firing back. So let's get extremely active on this one and have some fun. Without further ado.
So Paul just told me that I was cooked, and he said that all women after 30 are cooked, period. What are your thoughts on that?
I think I've seen that.
You
clip.
see that? Because it's going viral, and
clip.
everyone now is in my DMs telling me I'm cooked. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm 34. I get it. I might be a little cooked, but what do you feel about that?
And Paul, you're what? 47?
7.
Right. So which means he no longer
47
a unk.
in
Which
shape.
means you no longer a unk, you a
47
papa.
in shape.
That means you a cooked papa. You are no longer a unk.
Can still dunk.
So what he's doing from a psychological perspective is he's self-projecting his papa cooked self on you. Because honey, you're not cooked. But the papas are.
Hello.
They are.
Come through.
You are no longer unk, baby. You are a papa status.
You need to understand the complete and utter ridiculousness of this clapback. This man is worth over $100 million, still is in obvious shape. You're on his podcast, and in the first 4 minutes of it, you refer to him as Papa. What is with these modern day women just feeling so free to disrespect the men that give them platforms? It just came from Cam Newton to Paul Pierce. But let's hear a brother respond.
You know what papas do, right? They watch grandkids and cook. You cooked. That's all you do.
No, I don't watch. I don't have no grandkids. So
her, on the other hand, she still rare marinated meat. That's what that is.
Hello, rare marination.
She ain't even got to cooking yet. She not even nowhere near
Look
the
at the look
grill
on
yet.
Paul Pierce's
Hello.
face.
That's why we was matching.
So for now on, for the entirety of this episode, I'm gonna call you Papa Pierce.
I'll take that.
That's what you gonna get, Papa Pierce.
Papa Pierce is comedy.
That's all
I
you
love
get.
that down.
He don't like it. He looking at you like.
All right, let's start. Let me
Come
say
on, brother.
something.
Go
Let me-
ahead.
let
Bring
me
it
say
back.
something. So, I'm a chef too, right? So, I prep. Like the night before. Like right now, I'm marinating some steaks and some ribs, whatever. So, when you marinating something, what that mean? It's not ready, right? It's not ready. It's in the refrigerator, right?
It's called preparation.
Okay, I don't want that.
It's called
So,
preparation.
all right, so I don't want something that's not ready. Okay, now, once you do the marinating, you do the time, you throw it in the oven. Now it's in the oven, right? It's in the oven, it's cooking. I don't want nobody that's cooking. Like, it ain't ready. It's not ready. It's in the oven, right? So now the time go by and years or whatever. Pull it out the oven. It's done. It's cooked, right?
He even storytell like a Papa. Keep
No,
going.
listen.
going.
I like cooked food.
Okay.
So
So
me,
she's cooked. You like her?
No.
we good.
What I'm saying is, people looked at this as me dissing women.
Right.
No, it's not a diss toward
I got
women.
you.
I like cooking.
He
You're
just
saying
likes
you
them
like
cooked.
you like a woman who's cooked,
Who's ready,
seasoned,
who's seasoned,
who's experienced,
Experience.
who has wisdom.
See, so y'all
Yes,
took it out
who
of
has
context.
wisdom.
But that's
No.
not what he was saying.
Yes,
the
that's
first
exactly
time.
what. Don't
I
tell me
got
what
you.
I'm saying.
What he's saying is that the meat that's
that's-
marinated is still marinating and it's
Exactly.
preparing for the opportunity. He's saying a woman who is cooked,
Boom.
been there, done that,
Yeah.
has the wisdom, she has the
Boom.
experience,
No.
and so he don't have to teach her to marinate. He don't have to put her in the freezer. He ain't got to wait for her ass
Yeah.
to come out. He ain't got to put her on the oven and wait for the oven to go. She's ready. She comes already seasoned, ready, and fresh.
But
So
he's
ladies,
cleaning
no,
it
no,
up.
let me- no,
because
no,
last
let me-
time
let
I
me
said
talk, let me
that.
talk.
Go ahead.
No, listen.
Go
though.
ahead.
And so
So it appears initially he's backpedaling on the cooked comments that he said previously. But if you dive deeper, he's not actually backpedaling, right? He's saying he likes women that are already cooked. And the reasoning behind that is that he's already been married. He already has kids. And he's got $100 million in the bank. And he's still out here being active. So he's looking for already cooked women that know what it is, that can show him respect, treat him appropriately, and then leave him the hell alone. He ain't looking for no long-term relationship. Because men looking for long-term relationship don't want a cooked woman. They want to clean the meat. They want to put on the seasonings. They want to preheat the oven. They want to turn it up to the appropriate degrees. And they want to let that shit marinate. But Paul Pierce, he done did all that before. He don't want to do it anymore. And he's 47, so he's way more likely to dip down into the cooked woman territory to relieve them of the temporary stress that they feel at night because there's not another man next to them on their pillow. I don't want another man's marination. Bring me that raw meat, you heard? Pause.
I'm cleaning it up.
Clean it
So
up.
I'm like,
Clean it up.
listen, it wasn't a knock.
Okay.
It was a tee up.
Exactly.
Come
And I
on.
was waiting for this episode to
Yeah.
like explain it. So like, dog, this ain't no knock on you being cooked. I like cooked food.
What's
Right.
up, baby?
And I don't.
He said you cook. That means you seasoned, you ready, you
I
experienced,
mean,
and you
she
wise.
cooked, you cooked. We like cooked food.
We got you in here.
Y'all ready to go.
And now Papa is cooking. Now
Right.
you're cooking, baby.
Right.
Now you're cooking.
Papa Pierce.
You ready to go. I got my to-go box. I'm going to throw y'all in that. We going to the crib.
I love it.
For a short time, not a
clean it
long
up.
time.
Like that ain't
I'm
that
not
wasn't
mad at
so
it.
that wasn't a bad thing is
Okay.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
But people want to talk to me like I'm down and with no, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good thing. So don't take it. And I know in society and how we word things, like, oh yeah, he's saying they washed. Washed is
That's
another
different.
word.
Yeah,
That's
you said
different.
cooked.
I said cooked.
Washed is different.
Washed is different.
Because
Yeah.
technically, let me say this because I love what you're saying, Paul. Technically, if a person was to eat that raw uncooked meat,
yeah, you might get sick.
they would become
Come on.
intoxicated with salmonella.
Well,
Come on.
yeah, you
So
gotta
you
prep
don't
it.
want nothing that's raw. You need it to be fully cooked.
Yeah,
So you
fake-
can actually
this
have a
is-
healthy relationship with no intoxication, no dysfunction, and no raw meat that's gonna have your ass sitting in my office, the doctor's office,
Right.
because you ate something that wasn't ready.
Shut up. The only thing that I really disagree with Paul Pierce, and this is why I wanted him to stand more on his ground, is that cooked does not necessarily, maybe for him it means good, but from a societal perspective, most men that are looking for long-term relationships do not want cooked women. They want a teachable woman that can be aligned to my program, right? That can help meet me build the kingdom that I am currently building. That's the preparation process. And it's going to take some time to get aligned to your programming. But if you a guy that's out here that's just moving and shaking and having fun and not giving a shit, yeah, you gonna want the chick that's already mastered bedroom activities. Yeah, you gonna want the chick that ain't gonna want to ask you for no damn dime. Yeah, you gonna want the chick that no preparation needed, baby, because that takes time and stress. But let's not act like cook is 100% positive in all use cases, like this person is right here.
Come
Like it,
on.
Paul.
Sing to the choir.
That's why I did it. And I was like, oh, they taking this as something that's bad. Nah, this ain't
And
bad.
it's not.
It's not
It's
bad.
not.
If I say you cook, that means you ready.
So listen, young fellas, because I'm 42 and cooked. Make sure you get you a woman who is cooked. Hello.
She's
cooked,
42.
and will be able to cook. All right? There's a difference.
Bars.
Because from what
No,
Paul
she looks
just
8
said,
years
and
older
I
than
just
me.
added to, if she's not cooked, she's raw meat. And anything raw, baby, will intoxicate you. It's not good for your health.
Speak
back.
that.
I'm
Speak
back.
that. Speak that.
Now it makes sense now.
I love that.
All right, y'all tripping now. Stop propping her up with all of this goddamn pandering. It's actually crazy watching all of the pandering to satiate her ego to get her to have a conversation. It's weird.
I'm
I
here to
love
like
that.
say, hey, cooked is amazing.
Come on, cooked is amazing. For everyone in my DM said I'm cooked, it's amazing, baby. That's why when he said that, I said I'm cooked and I taste delicious.
That's why all these young boys,
Come on.
y'all like unseasoned meat. Y'all like.
No, it's the older men that like that. It's not the young
That's
ones.
true. The younger men like
young
the
ones
cook.
like
They like
cooked.
the cooked meat.
They know what's going
Let
on.
me tell you, they know.
It's the older ones who wants that unseasoned shit.
Yes, and then young men are willing to wine and dine and prepare
They are.
the table for the cooked meat.
For the guts.
They do.
Trust me. The older men sitting back with papa stands like you with their glass in their hand saying, when you gonna serve daddy? When you gonna serve me?
Make daddy a sandwich.
Make daddy a Sammy. Make me a Sammy.
Make daddy a sandwich.
Look, while she already cooked, he want a sandwich.
Exactly.
Make daddy a
Come on
sandwich.
now. I'm
Yeah. Like
done.
Anthony Mackie said, make daddy
And
a
but
sandwich.
let me add to that, because a cooked seasoned woman
We'll make daddy
will
a
make
sandwich.
daddy a sandwich.
Right.
Hold on, and then come back and say, more?
Hello.
Or did you need dessert?
I
What we
need
doing?
dessert.
See, that's why you want a cooked woman.
Right.
Because she gonna make the sandwich, she gonna cook a meal, and then say, anything else? Hold on, daddy? Anything
Preach.
else?
Come on.
Preach.
Is your
Speak it.
glass half empty?
Yep.
We gonna make it half full.
So
What we
now
need?
I'm glad we had a chance to.
This is actually going to come up later because he asked her about her dating life, and you're going to see those comments materialize in a different way in the future.
clear this up, bringing Doc on. Listen, I had to explain that because I
Calling
got a
her
lot
Doc
of flack.
is wild.
Cooked is good, girl.
And y'all came for me heavy. Y'all trifling for that.
So you youngins or who you oldens or whoever you is,
Oldens, you papas.
listen, cook is cracking.
Cooked is cracking.
Cooked is cracking.
Okay.
It is.
Okay. So now my next.
Just to remind you guys, provide you a little bit more information. Remember a couple of years ago when Paul Pierce was fired from ESPN? Well, it was due to having a wild, quote unquote, Instagram party. Let's roll that clip just to give you more information into the type of women that he's talking about.
Bobby Gucci down. Man, the girls is looking good. Yeah, massage that neck, baby. Damn, get me right. Get me right. Right.
Ain't no one ever said cook woman ain't fun, especially if they hoes. Before we get into the end statements where Paul Pierce turns the questions back on Bryant, I first wanted to go over this tiny section where she reveals that she wants to now have children.
When I decide at 42 to be a mother,
This is the year?
yeah, it is. This
You
is it.
pregnant?
Paul's like, did we get an exclusive?
Just saying. You said
No, I
is-
took my IUD out about a month ago so that I can be
Okay.
ready to do my thing.
Congrats.
I'm
I
very
What is
love
excited.
that?
that.
The eggs?
The IUD is like
You took the eggs out
No.
and freeze them?
No, the
That's not
IUD
that?
is a birth control method that you put inside of your vagina.
I wish I had a pillow.
Oh,
I
I
would
don't
launch you right at your head.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know. I mean, I know.
The
I didn't-
eggs is crazy, but
Well,
no.
you freeze the eggs.
Yeah, you do that, but
I know,
that's not
I didn't
what
know
an
if that was
IUD
what it's called.
No,
I
no.
know.
The IUD is a little T that looks like this. It's smaller than this. It goes inside the woman's cervix to stop the sperm from fertilizing the egg. So it goes
You
inside.
took that out. You saying
I had my doctor take it out so that I no longer have birth control contraceptive inside of me.
that's different. I never heard of that one.
Took it out so that I
You
can
never
get pregnant
heard of
now.
I never heard of that one.
I never had one, but it's a thing for sure.
No, I never heard of that one
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is at 42, when I get pregnant,
Which is this year.
right? Manifest it with me, Paul. I love you. When I get pregnant, I, at 42,
Yeah.
am not leaving my husband. Hold on. Because I'm making a commitment not just to him, but to these babies.
She's not married.
That we will have two people in this house that can tell you their narrative, their story, and you can choose who you want to listen to. You can choose whose story you want to hear. But I want to make sure that I give you everything that I can. Which means if I have to sacrifice a little bit in that household to stay in it, if I got to have meetings with daddy to say, listen, we may not want to be here, but we made a commitment to be here. So what we got to do to make sure we healthy so that the family's healthy. But let me tell you why I say age is important in wisdom. In my 20s and even in my 30s, I would have been in my feelings because emotions don't cause problems, feelings do. And I would have acted out of feeling and not commitment because commitment's not a feeling. It's you doing what you said you was going to do regardless of how you feel. At 42, I can commit. That's that obedience to my promised land. At 20, in my 20s and 30s, guess what? I'd have threw the whole motherfucking towel in and said, you know what, me and them kids gonna be good because I do well.
Wow.
I'm a doctor, I gotta support a family and friends.
No, you're not.
Nigga, we can co-parent.
Come on.
But but
Whoa.
that's in your 20s and 30s. This is why I'm saying to a person like yourself and other people watching, men and women who have already made those decisions and they end up being bad decisions, not mistakes, because kids are not mistakes, but bad decisions in the way that you happen to create your kids' dynamic you put them in. At 42, I understand the power of commitment and sacrifice. At 23, I understood the power of how I feel. That's the difference, Paul.
The reason I thought that it is important to be able to call this out is twofold. Number one, a woman that is now removing an IUD at 42 years old, that more than likely means that she's been utilizing these methods for probably a few decades. And I'm not knocking her for making an active decision when she thought that she wasn't ready to have children. I think that that's actually way more responsible than having a child or conceiving a child and then deciding to end that life. But I do want to talk about that being able to turn that on after how many years of turning that off is not as easy as what women should think that it is. The second reason I want to bring this up is that because her mantra and everything that she just said is a common mantra that I hear nowadays. And I foresee women that are influenced by this information are just like, well, I'll just hold off. Well, I'm selfish as hell right now and I want to be selfish. And I'm just going to wait 8 years beyond the medical definition of geriatric pregnancy. And then I'm just going to get married this year and I'm going to have kids this year when I decide that it needs to happen. I think her thinking that she could just do that this year is beyond delusional. But I caution women towards this type of lifestyle because biology, human biology has not caught up yet to the thinking of the young, selfish, modern woman today. You've been taught that you can have it all, but your biology says something much different. The likelihood that you can secure a man for long-term growth in your 20s is way higher than what you can do in your 40s. Typically, women like this now have to dive down into the younger generation for any young man that is willing to give her an opportunity because he's got his nose wide open because of her career, because her career or her resources are a lot more attractive to a young man that has yet to discover himself within his masculinity or has the financial foundation to support himself, which she confirms in the next clip.
To keep that relationship healthy.
Yeah.
What's your situation right now?
What you mean situation?
Like, you
Happy?
you got a man?
I'm dating. I'm single, but I'm dating.
Single but dating?
I am
Something serious
dating.
more than other?
No, just dating.
We gotta change because she's therapying us.
This is an hour into the combo.
Gotta make this about her now.
Right. You kind of therapizing us.
So I was like, I want my woman to mommy me.
Like, hold on, what's going on with you? This is about you. You done flipped the script on us. We over here.
Verse uno.
Man, you sure did.
But it was good. It was insightful.
No, we need to find out about what's going on with her. She dating, single.
dating.
What do that entail for a 42-year-old?
I am dating.
Good job, Paul.
Dating but single.
Enjoying my life. I have really good companions.
How many are you dating right now?
I'm not exclusively committed to anyone.
Whoa.
But I have one guy that I have dated
she's
off and
stuttering now.
on
We
for
got
5
her.
years.
Got her.
We've dated
Got
for
her.
5 years off and
So
on.
you was his work for 5 years?
Come on.
You been his work? You still his work?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh. Go in.
Take this sheep clothing off.
I am right. The wolf teeth going out. No, we
He
have
was somebody's work for 5 years.
Yeah.
we have been each other's companion for 5 years.
No, you just
And,
said you were.
Yeah, I have spun the block for 5 years, and it's the truth. And
Yeah.
he doesn't like it. He's absolutely correct. He feels like I haven't provided.
Oh,
He's correct.
We working together.
Oh. So basically, you're keeping a guy around orbiting you, and it sounds like it's multiple guys, multiple companions. She went and tried to switch that off later on, but she's keeping an orbiter, a male orbiter around her because he's the safe bet. The backup plan, the cleanup crew, while you avoid commitment to him so you can still be out in the streets enjoying yourself. Am I right or am I right? I mean, she even said that he's right. Right about what?
We working together.
But you keeping them at bay.
It's interesting when you go into their lives.
He wants a relationship. He
And
wants to
you
be
don't.
committed.
You just like the sex.
No,
Oh,
Let's keep
He's
it
a
100.
backbreaker.
How you keep somebody for 5 years? That's like for real. You can't keep nobody at a distance for 5 years. I ain't never done no shit like
I
that.
am not.
And notice when you keep them for 5 years, but yet you still letting other men go up and sign you. This shit goes deep, baby. And it's disgusting.
Vitamin D deficient.
No.
So
Vitamin D
everything is good in
deficient.
that department.
No. He
wants
has
a
kept him at bay. She
relationship.
done kept him on the side until she figured out if it's something better. I see where this is going.
He just has some emotional
Here we go.
maturity that he had to do. We're 9 years apart. He's 9 years younger than me, and so we both had to work through things. But he's had to work on his emotions and his intense insecurities around being in a
And
relationship.
you've been waiting on it. Like what's the problem? Why y'all not together?
Just because of that,
So you waiting on that?
No, I'm not waiting on it.
Keep
and I have him
asking,
waiting.
Paul.
So the D is good.
oh,
Let's keep it. I mean, that's it's like, dude. Let's.
She's squirming.
He put on his red pajamas and feel
Don't
like he's
deflect.
supposed to get spicy tonight.
Don't deflect.
It's clear.
Oh my God.
I know her. She from Long Beach.
I'm
Don't try to
crying.
come
You
with
have a problem.
the suit jacket.
Right.
She still
Call around.
the glow.
You know what I mean?
You still from Long Beach.
I'm still-
And I'm from Inglewood. And I can see that.
I am from San Pedro, a small
Man,
community
nah,
in the
same
city of
thing.
Los Angeles.
I can see
Okay.
through all of that.
Yes, he has great qualities.
Mm-hmm.
He does well in all that he does with me. He just
That ain't what
emotionally
I asked you.
is.
I asked you about his job and all that.
He does well in all areas.
What's
Okay, she
going on?
answered that. He
No,
does
she
well in
did.
all areas.
Emotionally,
Well, I don't know. That's a broad question. What all
Paul,
areas?
you're
what?
a man, so you answer this question.
She just said he does emotionally well in all areas and then said that he's insecure. Imagine sitting down and listening to a 42-year-old fake dating guru that is telling you how to live your life, telling Paul Pierce that essentially he's cooked, grandpap. Meanwhile, you have a woman that is spinning the block with multiple companions while talking about her main man is insecure. This shit is wild. These older cooked women playing games beyond 40 is beyond me. It's ridiculous. And at what point are you going to grow up? Bump Peter Pan syndrome, how they describe men. This is Tinkerbell syndrome to a T. I just can't stand that she utilizes this doctor facade to consult people. This is bullshit masked in trauma.
Answer.
Emotionally, he goes back and forth from, I love you, I want to be with you, I'm mad because you won't be with me, you won't commit to me. And then his insecurities get the best of him. And it's like, I want you, but I'm not sure if I deserve you. I'm not sure that I can facilitate you. I'm not sure that I can be with you. So when I say emotionally instability, it's like him wanting to be with me is concrete. That's not unstable. His emotions in the relationship are just unstable to where as a man, you gotta get vertical within yourself before you can be in a relationship.
Dog, you good with these words.
No, she's not. She's good with the words to idiots. Gentlemen, listen to me. If you have a girl that you're talking to and she has a steady rotation of men, companions, maybe they male and female, who knows why she calls them companions. She's trying to utilize a euphemism to make men sound better, or maybe women, I don't know. But if she has that and she says that you, the main one, are insecure, while she's getting dicked out by Harry, Pete, and Rob, that is called emotional manipulation. She calls you insecure. Meanwhile, you have a very real, intangible reason to be concerned. She's getting her back blown out by several other men. What is the meaning of this? Somebody call her out.
You good with these words.
Listen,
Paul, call her out.
Simple advice.
let me say this,
wow,
Paul. He has every right to feel like what I've been doing as far as being in a relationship with him when I want to is not something that gives him stability. However, I don't want to commit to a relationship with a man who I feel emotionally is not in a place of being able to be in a healthy relationship.
Run.
So why you
Oh, this brother needs to call me.
playing mental games with him?
I'm not playing mental games with
mental
him.
games.
Whoa.
It's not mental games. It's
Why you
all
still-
transparency.
Why is it still sex involved?
How do you
Why
know
is
we
it-
sexing?
Shut up. See, and the thing is that if you switched, if it was me and I was dealing with a 31-year-old woman, 9 years my junior, and I said the exact same words that she is saying, all of the women all across the internet will be coming at, oh, he ain't shit. He's a loser. He be playing these games with these women. Do y'all have the same energy for this shit?
You could just be having a
Cause you from Long Beach, I know.
She playing the game, baby.
You can't
Don't
play
hate the
me.
player.
Be
I'm
doing
from
the
wood.
Hate
I
the
know what's
game.
going on.
But let me say this: it is transparent. He understands. I understand. I understand what he wants. He understands why I don't want to commit at this moment with him, which is the emotional piece that him and I talk about openly. I support him in it. I hold space for him in it. We've talked about it intensively, and he understands it. And he's
Come here.
that's what,
Sit. All right, let him off the leash. Go ahead.
that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Oh,
Come
shit.
here.
Well, you
Sit.
know what? If that's what I'm
Man,
doing, I'll say this, and people gonna be mad. And I'm okay. If I'm doing what Paul said,
Come here.
I'd much rather be the one walking you at the dog park than the one on the leash, if that's true.
That's
So
exactly.
that means,
Come on.
to my point, at
Ooh,
42,
her ego's in it now.
I'm not opt out.
Rocky Rob.
We are not opt out. Okay, we have options, and we are not on the leash.
Paul got her.
We can actually be the one holding the leash. It's all
Oh,
about
Paul got her.
your standards. It's all about you understanding who you are and you standing in and on your square and you doubling down on that. Period. There's men out there who
Period.
will show up in any capacity we want. We don't have to settle.
Oh, my
And we don't
gosh.
have to settle at a certain time. We can do what we want. Because I tell you one thing I'm not doing. I ain't doing time, but I am spending a whole lot of time with who I want, when I want, and both of us are enjoying it, getting what we want.
Come on.
Y'all can't be just taking too long when y'all cook. Y'all gotta start making some decisions around here. Y'all gotta start making some final decisions. This is the final round of Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Shoot, you
So
gotta
who
start
knows?
making some
Maybe
decisions around
maybe
here.
the end of this year it'll be
A
Let me ask you
child.
something, 'cause
Yeah.
this is always,
All right.
and
I'm going to stop the content right here. Guys, I'll leave a link to this down in the description box down below. There was a lot of other portions of this conversation you guys should tap into. Just tell them that good old MTR sent you, all right? Listen, at the end of the day, we must understand that a woman that has stayed in the streets for too long will always find her way back to them. No matter how old that she gets, no matter how much that she says that she's now well marinated and she's ready to go, And in today's feminist world, this behavior is often labeled as empowerment and strength, which is crazy. It's a cold, hard world out there, gentlemen. So you must stay sharp. You must protect your peace. And if you find yourself in an area where only cooked women are at your disposal and you want long-term relationships, then you better get your passport ready. Oh, this was a damn good one. Spent far too long on this conversation, but there's so many dope talking points. I probably should have put this thing out up on live stream because, again, I can't stand the utilization of, faux degrees in order to have this superiority complex. I'm a psychologist. Listen to me. I have a doctorate degree. No, we're going to stop that bullshit here today. There has been way too many people taken advantage of by folks like this with their fake bullshit. You peel back that dirty little onion and you begin to understand the choices, the results that they've been getting out of their lives, or the outcomes that they've been getting. And aside of utilizing good jargon to either motivate you or make you feel good, you now begin to see the bullshit that they speak from. All right, guys, drop me your questions, comments down in the comment box down below. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself in this conversation here today. And last but not least, I'll see you soon. Until next time, you two. Peace.
She belongs to the street.
Girl, don't hold my hand. You a mattress actress on the OnlyFans. Get your money, girl, but damn, how is that your only plan? What you gonna do when you get too old to strip and dance? Get up out your echo chamber screaming period and yes. You a low down dirty woman if you try to get knocked up.